I'm Ryan Radke with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Steelers announced their new GM on Wednesday, naming Omar Khan the successor to Kevin Colbert. Owner Art Rooney II said that Khan's role in the football operations department during his 21 years with the team will serve him well in his new position. Lamar Jackson missed his second consecutive OTA session for the Baltimore Ravens Wednesday. The former league MVP is heading into the final year of his rookie contract. The Ravens picked up his fifth-year option, which is worth roughly $23 million in 2022. Kyler Murray is also looking for a new deal with the Cardinals and is skipping out on Arizona's voluntary program. Cardinals GM Steve Keim said on the Pat McAfee show he thinks a contract extension for Murray will happen this summer. Keim says it's all about timing, but that Murray is definitely the future of the Arizona franchise. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Whoa, Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey, guys. Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell. Oh, thanks. I can read.
And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end.
You guys always this condescending in the morning?
Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
Here at Total Wine & More, you'll find what you love and love what you find, especially our totally low prices.
My friends and I are hanging out this weekend, and I'm on cooler duty.
Well, these seltzers and canned cocktails, they'll make you the king of the cooler.
Oh, that sounds good. Wow, I can fill my cooler without emptying my wallet?
Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Pickup and delivery available at TotalWine.com. Drink responsibly, B21.
We've got the best oldies on the radio. We are the Imperial Valleys, AM 1230, KXO, El Centro, California. Okay, Gene, what day is it?
What day is it? It's Thursday.
And the date?
The date today is the 26th.
Of
May.
Okay. You passed your quiz. You get a gold star on your forehead.
All right.
Okay.
It's going to be that way the same day, all day long.
Okay. We'll keep track of it for you, though.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there are some folks that would have no idea unless we told them in the morning.
Yeah, we made a promise that
yes,
all that wanted, we would make it able for you to know what day it was.
Yes, it is today, which will be tomorrow. In the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. But it's certainly not yesterday, because yesterday's gone.
Gone.
Okay. Okay. Here's one for Valor. You might consider this. It's a new record for the most expensive car ever sold at auction. Okay. That record belongs to a 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR Coupe. I believe that's the Gullwing.
Gullwing, Scotty.
Yeah. It went for $143 million earlier this month. I don't know about you, but for $143 million, I certainly hope it comes with a full tank of gas.
I don't think so. That's what it costs to fill it up.
Yeah. Boy, they are beautiful cars.
They are.
And that Gullwing, it's, timeless.
I really wonder how many they actually have still.
Not many, which is why it is so expensive.
Sometimes it is, and then sometimes it's such a classic look that it runs the price up.
Yeah. Gabe Lemus is hanging on to his 1971 Ford Pinto.
Mm-hmm.
He figures it's a classic and going to be worth a lot of money.
At some point, I'm sure that's the case. He just like anything.
Yeah.
So don't tell him, though. It'll spoil it for the day.
I don't know. Do you ever watch any of the auctions on TV, the car auctions?
I have.
Okay. Have you noticed you never see a Chevy Vega or a Ford Pinto come up?
There's a reason.
There's a good reason for that.
There's a good reason.
Yeah, none of them survived.
As far as I know, I didn't follow those cars.
Yes.
But yeah, no, the auction car, that's been a neat thing. And some of the people, associated with that was a big surprise.
Yeah. And you look back and say, gee, if I'd only kept that car, right?
Yeah. Ask Alice Cooper.
Yes.
He's a big car collector guy.
And so is Reggie Jackson.
And Reggie Jackson is too.
Yeah. Okay, how about some birthdays? Okay, Brent Musburger, the voice of the Las Vegas Raiders, is 83. Drummer Gary Peterson of the Guess Who, 77. Singer Stevie Nicks, 74. Actor Philip Michael Thomas from Miami Vice, 73. Actor Pam Grier, 73. Hank Williams Jr. is 73. Actor Margaret Cullen is 64. Actor Doug Hutchinson is 62. Actor Jeannie Francis, 60. Bobcat Goldthwait is 60. Singer Lenny Kravitz, 58. Actor Helena Bonham Carter, 56. Actor Joseph Fiennes is 52. Actor Elizabeth Harnoy is 43. And those are our big shot birthdays. You ready for the local ones?
Local, I'm always ready.
Just ahead.
Hello, I'm Tom DeBose. Let me tell you about my friend, Ray Castillo. From the very beginning, Ray supported renewable energy development that created better paying jobs with solar that now places our county as the center attraction for more jobs and investment. Solar, geothermal, biofuels, and batteries, our valley's future is a bright renewable green. Let's return Ray Castillo as our supervisor in District 5.
Paid for by the committee to re-elect Raymond R. Castillo for Supervisor, District 5.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Alex Romero, Robert Garcia, Kyla Romero, Carolyn Calderon, Joshua Potter, Tanya Hawk, Justine Stewart, Francis Munoz, Alejandro Ibarra, Sue Reardon, Robert Neal, Bob Holt, Dave Murray Jr., Gladys Villa, Michael Yates, Mike Castro, Colt Richke, Rudy Liziola, and Preston Ellis. Happy birthday from KXO. Okay. In the news, I don't know if you saw this, but the University of Texas has developed a low-cost gel film that pulls water from desert air. That's good, but wake me up when it can pull beer from the desert air, okay?
I think that's only a step away.
Yes. We're working on that.
Yes.
I'm going to apply for another government grant. But, think about it. That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Not the beer part, the water part.
The water part.
Yeah. Okay. Make, walking in the desert that much more enjoyable, right?
Right, drinking beer. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, we've got news and stuff. Are you ready?
News we have. It's coming up. Armed robbery in the news, among other things. Graduations. The list is long.
Yeah, okay. We're going to start off with a look at World in California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning. 105? Yeah, we're going to be there. It's time to call Lock for that tune-up, repair, or replacement. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
CBS News special report. As Uvalde, Texas grieves, its children start talking about Tuesday's school massacre.
He shot our next person's door, and then we have a door in the middle, and he opened it, and then he came in and he crouched a little bit, and he said it's time to die.
This 27th school shooting of 2022 has prompted yet more partisan squabbling in a Congress bitterly divided over gun control versus gun rights. There is supposedly money for schools to use to beef up building security, but are they?
The U.S. Attorney General has just asked Congress for $53 million next year for these school security grants, and we went through them and found a number of schools, including Logan County, West Virginia district, use some of the money for mental health training for staff.
CBS's Scott McFarland. As for Tuesday's attack, we now know the shooter bought his guns legally right after turning 18 this month and signals his intentions in private messages. What we don't yet know is why. CBS News special report. I'm Vicki Barker.
Become a Lock Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news after this week's mass shooting at a Texas elementary school. California Governor Gavin Newsom says bills addressing gun violence here are being put on a fast track.
We're here resolved, focused, energetically on moving well over a dozen bills forward, getting them to my desk where I will enthusiastically be signing those bills by the end of next month.
Newsom saying California and other states with progressive gun policies have seen their gun murder and death rates come down compared with states that aren't. Displays have stepped up security at schools around the state in the wake of Tuesday's shooting. Needed reassurance as the superintendent of the Novato Unified School District, Jan Derby.
This is definitely peace of mind for the students, the staff, the parents, and our community to know that we're in partnership, and when something is gone wrong somewhere else, that we are going to take precautions that we need to take.
Triple-digit heat again today in Palm Springs, Fresno, and Bakersfield. A cool-off in Sacramento. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal, your year-round comfort specialist.
You can't get much for $5 these days, unless you go to Wendy's for a $5 biggie bag. Get your choice of double stack, junior bacon cheeseburger, or crispy chicken BLT, plus 4-piece nugs, fries, and a drink, all for just $5. You got that bag, you got that biggie bag, you got that bag. That was smooth, wasn't it? That's how you're going to feel when you get that biggie bag at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Includes 4-piece nuggets, small soft drink, and small fry. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
I love my Charmin. It's TV gold, yeah. Charmin's got 6 rows in one. Lasts forever on my buns. Only super mega when I'm cleaning. Charmin's got my booty believing.
Charmin's Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
It's page 1 of the local news, page 1 of the service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, with 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Well, it's Thursday morning and time for another look at local news. 2 arrested in a armed robbery. George Gale expands the story.
Raleigh police received the call at just after 2 Tuesday morning. Incident was reported at West Legion Road and Los Olivios Drive. Suspects reportedly used a taser and a firearm. The initial investigation indicated the victim sustained minor injuries. Police say they suspect it was an isolated incident and that the victim was targeted, and it does not appear to have been a random attack. At 5:45 that evening, detectives and the Brawley investigations team conducted a search warrant on a residence in the 500 block of North 3rd Street in Brawley. Officers located evidence of the crime along with the stolen property, a laser and a replica firearm. Police arrested a juvenile and an adult. They were charged with conspiracy to commit robbery and robbery. The juvenile was booked into juvenile hall. The adult was identified as 19-year-old Joshua Guardado of Imperial. He was booked into county jail with bail set at $30,000. They say it is on an ongoing investigation, and anyone with any information should contact Detective Sergeant Green. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
A Wednesday morning threat that led to a lockdown at El Centro Regional Medical Center was resolved. According to the El Centro Police Department, detectives responded to the hospital shortly after 8 a.m. when they were notified that a man had made what the hospital described as a credible threat to harm an El Centro Regional Medical Center staff member. Detectives were provided a photograph of the individual, and they were able to locate the man. Following the investigation, it was determined that the individual suffers from a mental illness, and the El Centro Police Department officers are working with Imperial County Behavioral Health Services to help the man. According to police, the individual had made a vague threat and no weapons were mentioned. KXO News Time 7:43.
If you're looking for something special for your pickup, head to the Brawley Quick Lane and their new off-road center. They specialize in lift kits, wheels, and tires that have the right look and perform. There's names like Fox, Bilstein, and Rancho. Method wheels, too. Built-up spray bed liners as low as $4.99. It's the right stuff at the right price. The brand new off-road center at Quick Lane in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive.
In other local news, water conservation measures get tougher. George Gale has more.
The State Water Resources Control Board adopted emergency water conservation regulations on Tuesday. Governor Gavin Newsom said that California is facing a drought crisis, and every local water agency and Californian needs to step up on conservation efforts. Newsom said it was hoped the measures enacted by the State Water Board would lead to a reduction of water use across the state. He said the conservation measures were increasingly important as we enter the summer months. The board voted unanimously to implement a statewide ban on watering non-functional turf in the commercial, industrial, and institutional sectors, as well as regulations requiring local agencies to implement water use restrictions amid the possibility that water supplies may be up to 20% lower due to the extreme weather. Water saving tips can be found at saveourwater.com. The latest drought information is available at drought.ca.gov. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
The Imperial County Office of Education Curriculum and Instruction Department will be hosting the 2022 Imperial County Math Competition today. Junior, high, and middle school students will compete as teams in math challenges and a math quiz. The Imperial County Math Competition champion will be announced at the end of the event. The public is invited to participate. It starts at 8, runs till 1. And sounds like a great day. There will be awards given at the end of the event. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers in Brawley, at El Centro Motors, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Golden State Extracts, CBD, is the first fully licensed GMP certified hemp processor in California making CBD. Everything is done right here in the Imperial Valley, from growing to processing and manufacturing. Our products derived from hemp are a natural form of pain relief to help you with your aches and pains, help you sleep better, and lower your stress with our specially formulated tinctures, pain creams, and gummies. Best of all, you can visit Golden State Extracts CBD locally at their Imperial location, 520 West Ayton Road. For more information and benefits of CBD, visit them on the web at goldenstateextracts.com or call 760-355-9134. That's 355-9134.
Page 2 of the local news and the weather brought to you by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30, and by Brownie's Diner in Brawley, open every day, 7 a.m. till 3 p.m.
In other local news, graduations have resumed. George Gale expands the story.
Local graduation ceremonies resumed Wednesday. Imperial County Office of Education SPED high school graduation was held yesterday. Vincent Memorial Catholic High School graduation is Friday at 10 a.m. That ceremony will be held at Our Lady of Guadalupe Church in Calexico. On Tuesday, May 31st, there will be 2 graduation ceremonies in the same location, one right after the other. At 5 p.m., Mount Signal Virtual Municipal Academy Central Union Adult School graduation will be held at 8 p.m. Desert Oasis will hold their graduation ceremonies. Both ceremonies will be held at the Jimmy Cannon Theater at Southwest High School in El Centro. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
The Imperial Irrigation District seeks input on equitable distribution plan. 3 workshops have been scheduled in light of the IID's need to manage its annual water supply to prevent overruns, consistent with Colorado River operational guidelines and recognizing the current drought conditions affecting the river basin. The IID Board of Directors has initiated a process to develop an equitable distribution plan. The public is invited to attend these scheduled public workshops to discuss the proposed plan and allow for stakeholders' engagement and feedback. The workshops will be held from 1 till 2:30 p.m. The first will be Tuesday, May 31st at the Farm Credit Services building on Business Parkway in Imperial. The second will be on June 1st at the Hopeville Civic Center or City Hall. The final workshop will be on June 2nd in the City of Brawley Council Chambers on Main Street in Brawley. Well, it's coming up to Memorial Day, and there are Memorial Day events. Here's more on that story.
In El Centro, there will be an event at Buckley Park and at Evergreen Cemetery. The event will be hosted by the VFW Post 9305. It'll begin at Evergreen Cemetery at 9 a.m. Activities at Buckley Park will begin at 11 a.m. At the cemetery, there will be a presentation and an honor guard rifle salute. Buckley Park event will be held at the El Centro Veterans Memorial. There will be a presentation, a reading of the new plaque names, and an honor guard rifle salute. Attendees are asked to bring your own folding chairs. The county IID and most other businesses, as well as schools, will be closed because of the holiday. The California Highway Patrol will go into their maximum enforcement period at Friday at 6 p.m. For Kxo Local News, I'm George Gale.
We'll be back with a look at the weather.
When you're ready for great home-style cooking, there are 2 locations for the best in the Imperial Valley. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., featuring delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including menudo, liver and onions, and meatloaf. The Town Pump in Westmoreland is open Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 p.m., specializing in delicious prime ribs, steaks, chicken, salmon, and lobster. So for a great dining experience, visit Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley, and the Town Pump in Westmoreland.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says high pressure will strengthen over the region today into Friday, while high temperatures warm to around 105 degrees for the Imperial and Yuma valleys. Over the weekend, a decent cool down is expected, pushing high temperatures to below 100 degrees by Sunday, then well down into the 90s early next week. Dry conditions and mostly clear skies will prevail through next week. 104 our high yesterday, 70 the overnight low. Sunny today with a high near 104, south wind 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming northwest. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 71. Sunny on Friday with a high near 104. Light and variable wind becoming west-southwest 5 to 10 miles an hour in the afternoon. Saturday, sunny with a high near 100. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Sunday, sunny with a high near 95, west winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, increasing to 15 to 20 miles an hour in the afternoon, with gusts as high as 30 miles an hour. Monday, Memorial Day, sunny with a high near 91. West-northwest wind 10 to 15 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. 74 degrees, 47% relative humidity, wind out of the east-southeast 5 to 7 miles an hour. Page 2 of the local news and the weather brought to you by Brownie's Diner, open every day, and by the Town Pump in Westmoreland, Imperial Valley's fine dining experience.
My name is George Marquez. I'm a candidate for district attorney. I was raised in Imperial County, and I'm a product of our local public school system. I believe in protecting our families by aggressively prosecuting dangerous criminals. I believe in forging strong relationships with law enforcement to further our interest of law, order, and justice. I believe in building bridges to the entire community so that everyone has a voice. Please vote George Marquez on June 7th for Imperial Valley District Attorney. You can also follow me on my Facebook page at George Marquez for District Attorney 2022.
Paid for by committee to elect George Marquez for District Attorney.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action, the Celtics beat the Heat 93-80. Boston leads the East Finals Series 3-2. Coming up today, the Mavericks and the Warriors. It's Game 5 of the West Finals. Golden State leads 3-1. In the news from the NFL, Colin Kaepernick, who last played professional football in 2016, worked out yesterday for the Las Vegas Raiders, according to a NFL source. It marked Kaepernick's first workout with an NFL team since being exiled in 2016.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
Major League Baseball action. The Tigers topped the Twins 4-2 in 10 innings. Pirates bombed the Rockies 10-5. Giants over the Mets 9-3. Nationals shut out the Dodgers 1-0. First time the Dodgers have been shut out this year. Meanwhile, the Athletics 4, Mariners 2. Reds nipped the Cubs 4-3. Rays edged the Marlins 5-4. Yankees shut out the O's 2-0. Braves beat the Phillies 8-4. White Sox topped the Red Sox 3-1. Astros edged the Guardians 2-1. It was the Rangers topping the Angels 7-2. And by the way, it was the Brewers nipping the Padres 2-1 in San Diego. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
In America, the future belongs to everyone. So we've built the SUVs of the future for everyone. Like the Ford Explorer, with available intelligent four-wheel drive with terrain management system. The Escape, with available all-wheel drive with selectable drive modes. And the Edge, with Ford Copilot 360 technology to keep you in control. Because the SUVs of the future aren't built for a few. They're built for America. We want your trade. Now get 0% financing for 72 months, plus $4,000 bonus cash on a 2022 Ford Edge. During the Memorial Day Sell-a-thon. Only at your San Diego County Ford dealers and buyfordnow.com. Available features. Not all buyers will qualify for Ford credit financing. 0% for 72 months at $1,389 per month for $1,000 finance regardless of down payment. Residency restrictions apply. Offer ends 5/31/2022. See dealer for qualifications and complete details.
Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. U.S. gross domestic product, the broadest measure of economic activity, decreased at an annualized rate of 1.5%, adjusted for seasonal swings, according to the second estimate of the data. Last month, the Commerce Department's advance estimate of the data showed GDP had contracted at a rate of 1.4%. Economists had expected Thursday's revision to improve slightly, but that didn't happen. The update driven by revisions to private inventory and residential investments, even as consumer spending was revised higher. In the United Kingdom, well, the UK government has hit oil and gas companies with a $6 billion windfall tax. The tax on windfall profits of its oil and gas companies, and Finance Minister Rishi Sunak unveiled the new 25% tax on the profits of energy producers such as BP and Shell. The levy will be phased out once oil and gas prices fall back to more normal levels. According to Sunak, the oil and gas sector is making extraordinary profits, not as the result of recent changes, risk-taking, or innovation or efficiency, but as the result of surging global commodity prices. The tax will help fund a new package of benefits worth about £15 billion. Wall Street showing green across the board. The Dow up 452 points at 32,571. S&P 500 up 63. The NASDAQ up 220 points. Gold up $1.40 an ounce. Oil bounced up $3.37 a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
Sunny today with a high near 104, south wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming northwest. We have 75 degrees, 47% relative humidity, wind out of the south-southeast at 5 to 7 miles an hour. Financial news and the weather brought to you this morning by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
They have great weekday specials.
I like the friendly environment, the friendly staff, the cold beer, and the best wings in town.
Burgers and Beer, what I like about Burgers and Beer, the menu, everything on the menu is great. I'm working my way through the menu. My favorite thing right now is the grilled tuna chipotle sandwich. That's what I had yesterday, and it was delicious.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
Is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Steve Kathan. Songs and prayers in Uvalde, Texas, to honor the 19 children and 2 teachers killed in Tuesday's elementary school massacre. This 9-year-old was not far from the 4th grade classroom where the gunman opened fire.
When I heard the shooting through the door, I told my friend to hide under something so he won't find us.
CBS's Lilia Luciano is in Uvalde.
10-year-old Eli Garcia was the second oldest of 5 daughters.
She was very sweet.
Her aunt, Siri Arismendi, said she loved to dance and also play sports.
She was very happy and very outgoing.
Alexandria Ania Rubio's parents were at school earlier that same day to celebrate her. She was awarded that morning for being a good citizen.
Well, CBS's Janet Shamlian on the investigation.
There are new questions about the response to this after the timeline indicates that the shooter may have been in their classroom as long as an hour before authorities broke into the room where he had barricaded himself and killed him.
Well, British prosecutors say they've just authorized criminal charges against actor Kevin Spacey for alleged sexual assault against 3 men. President Vladimir Putin tells an economic forum that the West will fail in its attempts to isolate Russia and will face growing economic problems. CBS's Imtiaz Tayyab has the latest on the situation in eastern Ukraine.
The strikes are now just 50 yards away. With us is Oksana Kozevenko.
Is this normal for this area?
By any measure, this is not normal, she says. The Russians are giving us a hard time, but we can tell they're getting weaker. After several more strikes, we're given the order to make a run for it, through fields of wheat, which are now a front line, and back to our vehicles.
The government says 8 of the 10 largest cities in the U.S. lost population in the first year of the pandemic, with only Phoenix and San Antonio gaining residents. 2 weeks ago, a frightening situation when pilot Kenneth Allen became incapacitated. A passenger on their small plane with no flying experience took instructions from the tower and landed safely in Palm Beach, Florida. Today, Allen says he's grateful for the man on the ground.
For Robert to be working that day, I understand you were not even scheduled to work. Right. So, and him being the only flight instructor in the tower or in the center that approached that day. Yeah. I mean, that was fate.
Checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is up 482 points and the NASDAQ is ahead 250. This is CBS News.
It's a day to honor,
to remember,
to reflect.
This Memorial Day, honor our fallen soldiers with taps across America.
For more information, go to cbs.com/taps.
It's a day to honor, to remember, to reflect. This Memorial Day, honor our fallen soldiers during the National Moment of Remembrance with Taps Across America. CBS is inviting musicians across the country to play the military bugle call Taps at 3 p.m. local time and pay tribute to the veterans we've lost. For information on how to participate in Taps Across America, go to cbs.com/taps.
99 out of 100 times kid goes missing. Kid is with a parent or relative.
What about the other time, the one?
A global phenomenon that turned the world upside down.
She's our friend, she's crazy!
Finally returns.
I don't have my powers.
On May 27th. I'm afraid your friends at Hawkins are very much in the eye of the storm. Get ready for the summer's most anticipated event.
See you on the other side. On the other side.
Stranger Things, Season 4, Volume 1. It begins May 27th. Only on Netflix.
On the heels of the latest mass shooting, an assessment of the threat from violent extremists.
FBI Director Christopher Wray had been scheduled to testify before the U.S. Senate for weeks. He was going to talk about his budget and staffing, but he was asked most prominently about the shooting in Texas and said domestic and homegrown violent extremism is a grave threat.
And in fact, it's that threat that we continue to be most concerned about here in the homeland.
He says would-be homegrown violent extremists and shooters would target soft targets, including houses of worship, retail locations, and mass public gatherings. Scott McFarland, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The trial of 71-year-old romance novelist Nancy Crampton Brophy, who once wrote an essay called How to Murder Your Husband, is over now in Portland, Oregon. Jurors convicted her of murdering her husband in 2018. Prosecutors say she was motivated by insurance money. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
He's a radio announcer here, isn't he?
AM 1230.
Yeah, that's right. Have you heard his morning show, Wake Up with Phlegm?
KXO.